have to give Esther Passaris just 1 minute to respond to the...
That means you're going to give her twice. I did not ask any questions.
Miguna, you mentioned the sex holiday.
But I did not ask any questions.
No, but she has to respond. No, you're wasting time. Now you're wasting time.
No, I'm going to allow you.
Okay.
But you are not being fair.
You refused to ask a question directly. You asked Kidero.
I didn't think it was relevant.
So now she asked you.
Yeah.
Passaris, go.
Okay, I mean, the thing is, he is so full of rumors and rumors and rumors. All right? First of all, before he starts peeling the mask of everyone else, he should peel his own mask. For me, I feel he has no respect for women, and 50% of the voters in this city are women. Okay?
They said the same thing about Trump.
No, the thing is, let me tell you something.
He has something. Card will not
excuse
work.
me, I thought you were a gentleman, but obviously you're not.
You have no support from women.
All right.
You are the most unpopular woman in this city. You don't know that?
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you today.
Let me tell you something, Miguna.
You are basically chased away from ODM screaming by women.
Okay, you know.
You forgot that?
Let me tell
ODM women chased you away.
Okay, Miguna, let her talk.
You have absolutely zero support from women.
Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, let's get back to the lighting.
Let's get to issues.
Miguna,
corruption in Nairobi County, ghost workers, tenderpreneurs, Kanjo Kingdom. What are you going to do about it? Tell us real quick.
Okay. First of all, this woman is very, very corrupt. All right? And I'm going to deal with corrupt people, including her. Because the thing she calls commendations, her company is just a private company, doing business, being paid to do business.
Get to the point, Miguna.
I'll get to the point. The first thing I will do, and it is documented in the manifesto, the only man with a manifesto in the city, is to do a forensic audit of everyone. All right?
That was done by Christia already.
No, let me finish. Okay, let me finish and let me finish my part. Kesia cannot do anything. It's not qualified to do anything. A forensic audit by a professional forensic auditor, which has nothing to do with the government, completely equidistant.
Once you do that,
once I do that, we would identify all the fake contracts, all the cartels, all the corrupt government officers, all the money that have been stolen. We will then present the evidence to the DPP for arrest of these people. Because you see, the problem with Kenya right now is that the EACC is not doing its job. The EACC has been captured by the cartels. The police is not doing its job. The DPP then waits for these investigative agencies to bring the evidence. The court waits for the files after people have been charged to prosecute. But the files have been mangled and the evidence is not adequate.
So why are you taking it to the DPP then?
Because in terms of prosecution, the DPP has the constitutional mandate to prosecute.
And if nothing is done?
If nothing is done, well, Kenyans would know that I am doing something because, number one, the people that would be working for City Hall who have not been fired would be fired. The properties that have been acquired illegally, there is an authority, a constitutional legal authority, that is supposed to be repossessing land, for example, that were acquired illegally. That evidence would be going to that authority for purposes of repossession.
Stop.
Yes, this is a picture that Passaris took with Kidero, a selfie.
Willie, could you zoom in on that?
This
it's nice that he follows me. It's nice that he follows me.
Excuse me.
It's a selfie.
She tweeted it.
And why not?
So I'm not following you. I'm showing a picture that you took with Kidero. A selfie.
Is that a sin to take a picture with Kidero?
I was very quiet when you are talking. Can you please keep quiet?
Yeah, let him talk. Let him talk.
Please, I did not interfere with you.
Okay, go on. What's your point?
So the point
What's your point?
Clearly, this is a lady that is supporting Kidero. She's supporting Kidero despite the fact that...
I was very proud of the governor for actually coming to the school.
Can I finish, please?
I was very proud of the governor for coming to the school, addressing the problem.
I know that, okay.
And basically promising
to say something. Go on.
Let me finish.
Oh, Jeff, honestly.
This is a selfie taken by her
and what's wrong
to show people how close they are. These are buddies.
You could have been there, Miguna.
Because I don't want to be with
Miguna
thieves.
cannot walk Nairobi. He goes from Canada to Runda to Jeff Koinange life. And that's it.
Jeff,
go on.
Jeff, you allowed
Oh, please.
Passaris to speak for a
Cry,
very long
baby,
time.
cry,
Okay.
baby.
Can I
please
please
cry.
Speak.
Can I speak?
Speak. And quickly, get that point across. We
No,
need more.
no,
get the
We have
I'm
point
going
other
to
across.
get my point across. So this is a flower girl for Kidero.
Oh,
She's
wow.
probably paid and sponsored by Kidero to stand.
How did you say that, Miguna?
Okay, I'm saying that because, number one, she doesn't have a party. She has not said she's standing
You
as
don't
an
have a
independent.
party?
I'm standing as an independent. I've declared that. You have not declared
She
that.
tried to register
She
a
has-
party.
Just wait, but she didn't.
I don't have
she
to.
doesn't have a party.
It's
she has
not-
not
it's
said
not
she's
necessary
independent.
right now.
She's not said she's independent. She said she's supporting Kidero. She has no manifesto. She has absolutely nothing.
Okay,
It's
hold-
just
Hold on,
mouth.
hold on.
Number two,
Mouth is you.
number two.
We
no,
get your
let me
point, we get
finish.
your point.
Now I'm getting my point. You allow me to get my
You
point.
are giving him too much time. Honestly. No wonder
Excuse
nobody wants
me,
to come
number three, my friend.
I'm not your friend.
The lady
Please.
has already said she's supporting Kidero up to
lady
the
now.
end of his term. You're a lady. You're 50,
thank
we are
you.
52. You're a lady. You want me to call you what? A man? So she's a lady. She said
He's
she's supporting
definitely
Kidero
not
up to the end
intelligent.
of his
He is
his
not
term.
intelligent. I hope
So
Kenyans
the,
can see
the
that.
question is,
Can
the
we
question
get-
is, no, let me speak.
Yes.
My friend, you brought an issue. She has spoken on
You've
it.
made your point.
I'm going to speak on
You've
it.
made your point.
So a man, Kidero is a man who has presided over an unprecedented looting spree in this city. Now, his CFO, Chief of Finance, Kiamba, stole 1.6 billion in 2 years. He's facing charges in court. His Chief of Staff, Mr. Wainaina, has stolen the size of Nairobi. He's facing charges in court. Kidero is a man with no credibility and a thief. If somebody says, I'm supporting a thief, why do you want to stand as governor if you're supporting a
Okay,
thief?
we get
Because
your
you are a
point.
thief.
Kidero's not here to defend himself, but I'm sure
You
he's
can only
listening.
support a thief if you're a thief.
Okay, next issue. Miguna, transport, traffic.
Transport, that's a beautiful question. This is where I am good. In 1963, Bangkok, Thailand was the size of Migori town and Muranga town. Nairobi was probably a city already in 1963. Now, for people who have traveled or who read, Bangkok is a swamp, really a swamp, a lagoon. In 2016, as we speak, Bangkok is a thriving city with a tube, which is the subway system, with an LRT, which is a light rail transit system, with a public bus system, with a train bus system.
You're talking Bangkok.
Bangkok.
We're talking Nairobi.
No, but I'm giving
What
you an
would you
example.
do?
Please, please. When people say here, and they say all over, that there is high water table in Nairobi, and you cannot have a subway system. When the Thais have a subway system in Bangkok, which is a swamp, and Thailand, Bangkok was the smaller size, was smaller than Nairobi, then you know these people do not have vision. We can have, so I'm going to have a subway system here.
You are.
I'm going to have
Is
a
that,
light.
is that part of your drain the swamp?
No, the drain the swamp is for the cartels.
Oh.
But there's no swamp in Nairobi that needs to be drained for a subway system. You just have to know technology. Look at Amsterdam. It's built on a reclaimed ocean.
It's underwater.
It's underwater.
Yeah.
So there is nobody who can say, who is sensible, who has studied, who has traveled, that can tell you that.
Okay, how
Manhattan, New York
soon would you
is
initiate
an
that?
island.
How soon would you initiate that?
Immediately I get into office, I will have a strategic plan done in terms of feasibility study done, engineers to come up with the most efficient way of doing it.
You know that would take like 5-10 years.
No,
you know
it won't. Because the subway system in New York, in Montreal, or in Amsterdam, they were built under 10 years. All you need is break the ground, unveil the infrastructural development, fund it, and it will be done.
So that's 2 terms, right?
So no, that's not 2 terms. That's actually 1 term. I said Montreal was done in 6 years. This, you can leave after it is almost
Would you get rid
completed.
of Matatus, Miguna?
But no, I can't speak about getting rid of matatus, but they will not get into the city. The matatus should not get into the city. The matatu should be bringing people and leaving them in the outskirts of the city. Then you have a system of transportation system within the city. The light rail system, the train, the buses, that should be able to, and the subway should be able to take care of the city.
Okay.
Then I will remove all the roundabouts and install lights that function, that are efficient.
What about Kidero's grass?
What do you mean? That has nothing to do with transport.
Oh, sorry, okay.
And it is not Kidero's grass because he did not take his looted money to buy the grass. It's our grass.
Esther, you have 1 minute to respond to that.
Got a huge debt right now to pay as well. And for me, when you're talking about these grand plans, you know, we've got a Vision 2030, you've got the central government, you've got, you cannot come in isolation and say, I'm going to give you this and I'm going to give you this. I mean, he's talking about manifestos. For me, we've had manifestos and manifestos and manifestos. At the end of the day...
Well, you don't have one.
Well, I don't need one because at the end of the day...
So how will the people put you to account when they have nothing concrete that they can say, you gave us this, you did not deliver?
Look, we've had
just words.
Let me tell you something. You're the one with a lot of words.
This is written.
It's written, yes. Okay,
yeah, it's
fine.
Written.
You have
it's not
written,
words.
It is words because
it's
in the
document.
end, nobody is going to be able to.
Anybody who has gone to school know the value of a document.
Or listen, Moi had a manifesto.
No, Moi didn't.
Kidero had a manifesto.
Moi didn't.
What has he done with his manifesto?
Moi was a dictator.
Okay?
He did not have a manifesto.
You know,
he ruled us for 24 years.
You know, this reminds me a lot of the Trump-Hillary debates. You know that there's a lot of similarities.
Jeff, let me tell you something. You know, we have to tell the city of Nairobi the truth. The truth is, you cannot give them a Trump system in 6 years. You're not going to be able to do it even in 10 years. The government has a plan. You don't come in and say we are the government that's in place. Let me tell you something. It's a failed one, and there will be a president, Miguna. And with that kind of attitude, you're not going to be able to work with the central government.
It's a failed one, and I'm ready to say it's a failed one.
You're saying the county government.
Kenyans,
you're saying
the
county
government itself,
Kenyans, listen to me. Kenyans,
Why
it's
don't
at
you
the
run
county
for
government.
then?
No, listen,
Why
you're
don't you
jumping
run
all
for
over. You
presidency?
can't make me
Everything
what
is
I
failed.
ran for.
Okay.
I ran for what I want to run for. Listen, the problem with this country are people like Passaris, Kidero, and the rest who have made up their minds that there is a lower standard for Africa and Kenya and Nairobi, that there are things we cannot do, there are things we cannot become. Citizens of Nairobi cannot ride in a subway system because it cannot be done. Other people have done it. They were not created after Africans. God did not create Caucasians first, and then he woke up one day and said, let me create Africans. Kenya was not created after New York or after US. Nairobi did not come into being after Bangkok or after Amsterdam, like I said. All these places were created once in the same time.
Okay, we're going to take a break, come back. Willie, let's go to the tweet. Let's read that tweet. Hold that thought, Miguna. Hold that thought. I drain the swamp. Keep tweeting at Miguna Miguna and Esther Passaris. Why don't you two run as a team?
I would never work with him.
I was just asking. At Koinange Jeff.
I can't run with cartels.
You know, I can't wait.
The hashtag is race for
because you don't
Nairobi,
know law, therefore you think you can
or
sue.
You have never
Miguna
been
drain
in a
the
court in
swamp.
Kenya.
You brought it on, my dear.
Yes.
You can't sue because of this.
I can.
You came on live TV.
Yes.
You guys go on
You
a
don't
break.
know that your lawyers
But
did not tell you
doesn't
that?
allow
See you in a
to
bit.
You can't come on live
cannot
TV.
be